Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a time in all of our lives when we feel lost, as though the map we've been following has suddenly vanished. We wake up unsure of our direction, questioning who we are, and doubting our purpose. It's as if the world has dimmed and we can't quite find our way back to the light. But I want to remind you today, feeling lost is not the end, it's the beginning. You see, feeling lost is a signal, not a sentence. It's a sign that something inside you is stirring, calling you to step away from the familiar and into the unknown. That discomfort you're feeling, it's growth knocking at your door. It's the voice of possibility reminding you that you were not created to stand still, you were created to soar. Feeling lost is one of the most challenging emotions a person can experience. It's a heavy cloud that seems to hover over your thoughts, making even the smallest decisions feel overwhelming. But what if I told you that feeling lost is not a punishment? It's not the universe conspiring against you or a reflection of your shortcomings. Instead, it's a signal. It's your inner self waving a flag, asking you to pause, reflect, and listen. It's a moment where life nudges you and says, it's time for something new. This feeling, though uncomfortable, is not your enemy. It's a compass pointing you toward change, growth, and evolution. Often we feel lost because we're no longer aligned with the life we're living. Maybe you've outgrown your current circumstances, or perhaps you've stayed in a situation for too long because it felt safe. Feeling lost is your soul's way of telling you that it's time to recalibrate, to explore a new direction, and to step into a more authentic version of yourself. Think about the moments in your life when you felt stuck, unsure, or uncertain about what to do next. Those were the times when you were being called to question everything. It's in these moments that you discover what truly matters to you. The discomfort of feeling lost forces you to dig deep, to examine your priorities, your goals, and your beliefs. It strips away the distractions and demands that you confront your truth. This process, while unsettling, is also profoundly transformative. It's where self-discovery begins. When you feel lost, it's easy to misinterpret it as failure or weakness. But in reality, it's neither. It's a turning point, a moment of reckoning that gives you the opportunity to step back and evaluate your life. Without these moments, you might remain stagnant, clinging to habits, relationships, or situations that no longer serve you. Feeling lost disrupts the status quo, forcing you to ask questions like, what do I really want? What kind of life do I want to build? Who do I want to become? Feeling lost is not a state of being, it's a phase of transition. And transitions by nature are messy and uncertain. But they are also necessary. You wouldn't plant a seed and expect it to remain a seed forever. The seed must break apart, push through the soil, and endure the elements to grow into its potential. Similarly, when you feel lost, you are in the process of breaking free from an old version of yourself and growing into something new. It's important to embrace this phase rather than resist it. Resistance only amplifies the discomfort, making you feel more stuck and confused. Instead of seeing feeling lost as a problem, see it as an opportunity. It's a chance to slow down and reconnect with yourself. Ask yourself, what is this feeling trying to teach me? What areas of my life need attention or change? By shifting your perspective, you can turn what feels like chaos into a powerful period of self-exploration. Often when we feel lost, it's because we've spent too much time ignoring our own needs. We've allowed the noise of the world to drown out our inner voice. Society pressures us to have everything figured out, to have a clear plan, a steady career, and a perfect life. But life doesn't work that way. It's not a straight path. It's a winding road filled with detours, setbacks, and surprises. Feeling lost is a natural part of this journey. It's a reminder to tune out the external pressures and reconnect with what truly matters to you. This phase also teaches you to embrace uncertainty. Too often we fear the unknown because it feels out of our control. But the truth is, uncertainty is where possibilities live. When you let go of the need to have all the answers, you create space for new opportunities to reveal themselves. Feeling lost is not about finding a way back to the old. It's about opening yourself up to something new. It's about trusting that even if you don't see the full picture yet, every step you take is guiding you closer to your purpose. There's beauty in not having it all figured out. It's in these moments that you can be honest with yourself and reevaluate what you truly want. Maybe the career you've been chasing no longer fulfills you. Maybe the relationships in your life need a deeper level of connection. Maybe you've been living according to someone else's expectations instead of your own. Feeling lost pushes you to confront these realities and make the changes you've been avoiding. So the next time you find yourself in this space of uncertainty, don't rush to escape it. Don't see it as something to fix or solve. Instead, see it as an invitation to grow. Feeling lost is not the end of the road, it's a turning point. It's life's way of nudging you toward the next chapter, even if you don't yet know what that chapter looks like. Trust the process, listen to your inner voice, and remember that this feeling is temporary. It's not a dead end, it's the start of something greater. Life is filled with moments of uncertainty. We're often conditioned to believe that we need a clear plan, a detailed map, and guaranteed outcomes to move forward. But the truth is, life rarely offers those assurances. Much like an artist faced with a blank canvas, the journey ahead is often unknown, undefined, and open to endless possibilities. And that's where the magic lies, not in having all the answers, but in trusting the process and taking the first step, even when the path is unclear. Imagine the artist who stands before an empty canvas. They don't have every detail of the final masterpiece planned. They don't know exactly how each stroke of the brush will unfold. But they start anyway. They trust that with every stroke, the picture will come into focus. Life works in much the same way. You don't need to see the entire path to begin. You simply need to take the first step. Each action you take adds clarity, and with time, the bigger picture begins to emerge. Many of us hesitate to take that first step because we fear making mistakes. We fear the unknown, the possibility of failure, or the judgment of others. But what we often overlook is that the process itself, the journey, the mistakes, the detours is what shapes us. It's in the uncertainty that we learn, grow, and discover our true strength. The greatest breakthroughs often happen when we step outside our comfort zone and trust that the next step will reveal itself, even if we can't see it yet. Think about it, nothing extraordinary was ever achieved by waiting for perfect conditions. If inventors, explorers, or creators had waited for everything to fall perfectly into place, the world would be stagnant. It's through trial, error, and persistence that progress is made. You don't need to know every detail of your destination, you only need the courage to begin. The path may twist and turn, but every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to where you're meant to be. Trusting the process means embracing the unknown and releasing the need for control. It requires faith not just in the universe, but in yourself. Faith that you have what it takes to navigate whatever comes your way. Faith that even the challenges and setbacks are part of your growth. When you trust the process, you learn to see obstacles not as barriers, but as stepping stones. Each one teaches you something valuable, preparing you for the next phase of your journey. Too often we get stuck in analysis paralysis, overthinking every decision and waiting for the perfect time to act. But the truth is, perfection is an illusion. Waiting for certainty only delays your progress. Life rewards action, not hesitation. When you take a step forward, no matter how uncertain you feel, you set things in motion. Momentum builds with each decision and clarity follows. The process of moving forward creates opportunities, connections, and experiences that you could never predict from the starting line. It's also important to remember that progress is not always linear. Sometimes the steps you take may feel like detours or even setbacks. But even those moments have a purpose. The lessons you learn from the unexpected twists and turns are often the ones that shape you the most. Trusting the process means accepting that growth is messy, unpredictable, and sometimes uncomfortable. It's about finding strength in the uncertainty and recognizing that every experience, good or bad, is part of your journey. Imagine climbing a mountain shrouded in fog. You can't see the peak and the trail ahead is unclear. But as you take each step, the path gradually reveals itself. With every move forward, you gain a clearer view of where you're headed. Trusting the process is like that climb. The path may not always be visible, but by continuing to move, you eventually reach your destination. Standing still, waiting for the fog to clear, will only keep you stuck in place. This approach requires patience. In a world that often demands instant results, it can be difficult to embrace the idea of gradual progress. But real, lasting change doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, effort, and persistence. Trusting the process means understanding that success is not about reaching a destination as quickly as possible. It's about the person you become along the way. Each step, no matter how small, contributes to your growth and prepares you for the opportunities ahead. It's also about surrendering the need for external validation. Too often, we look for others to affirm that we're on the right path. But the truth is, your journey is yours alone. Only you can define what success means to you. Trusting the process means listening to your inner voice and following your intuition, even if it goes against conventional wisdom or the opinions of others. Your path may not look like anyone else's, and that's okay. It's not supposed to. Trusting the process is about showing up for yourself every day, even when the outcome is uncertain. It's about taking one step at a time, knowing that each step is moving you closer to your purpose. It's about finding peace in the journey rather than waiting for the destination to bring you fulfillment. You may not have all the answers now, but you don't need them. The process will guide you. All you have to do is begin. In today's world, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparison. Social media, conversations with friends, and even passing interactions seem to highlight the successes of others while making us question our own progress. Someone gets a promotion, another buys a house, and someone else seems to have the perfect relationship. In the midst of all this, you might find yourself feeling inadequate, as though you're falling behind. But what we often forget is that comparison is a thief, one that steals your focus, confidence, and peace of mind. The truth is, your path is unique. No two journeys are the same, and they're not meant to be. Every person you see winning has their own struggles, setbacks, and challenges, most of which they don't share publicly. You might see the highlight reel of their life, but you're not privy to the behind-the-scenes effort, sacrifices, or failures that got them there. And even if their success looks appealing, it's not necessarily meant for you. What's meant for you is something only you can create, and it can't be measured by anyone else's timeline. The problem with comparing yourself to others is that it distracts you from your own progress. It pulls your attention away from your goals and places it on someone else's life. When you're busy focusing on what someone else has achieved, you lose sight of what you're capable of achieving. Your energy becomes scattered. And instead of building your own dreams, you waste time worrying about someone else's. It's important to remember that everyone starts from a different place. Some people have advantages you don't have, while others face challenges you can't imagine. Comparison oversimplifies these complexities, making you believe that success is linear and that everyone should arrive at the same milestones at the same time. But life isn't a race or a competition. It's a deeply personal journey. Your experiences, skills, and values shape your path, and it will never look exactly like someone else's, nor should it. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you allow yourself to fully embrace who you are and where you are. You start to recognize your strengths, appreciate your progress, and focus on what truly matters to you. You're no longer chasing someone else's definition of success, but are instead creating your own. And in doing so, you free yourself from unnecessary pressure and self-doubt. Believing in yourself is the antidote to comparison. When you believe in your abilities, your vision, and your purpose, you're less likely to be swayed by what others are doing. You develop the confidence to trust your process, even when it looks different from everyone else's. You understand that your worth isn't determined by external achievements or the approval of others, but by your commitment to living authentically and striving for what's meaningful to you. Building self-belief requires intention. It starts with acknowledging your accomplishments, no matter how small they might seem. Each step forward is proof of your growth and resilience. Take time to celebrate these moments instead of dismissing them. They're the foundation of your confidence and motivation to keep going. It's also important to focus on your unique strengths. What are you good at? What brings you joy? What challenges have you overcome? These are the things that set you apart and make your journey special. By leaning into your strengths, you can create opportunities and solutions that are uniquely yours. This not only helps you progress, but also reinforces your sense of self-worth. Another powerful way to combat comparison is to practice gratitude. When you take time to appreciate what you have, you shift your focus from scarcity to abundance. You begin to see the blessings in your life rather than the things you lack. Gratitude reminds you that your life is rich with experiences, opportunities, and connections that are valuable in their own right. It's also worth noting that comparison often stems from insecurity. When you feel uncertain about your direction or abilities, it's natural to look around for validation. But instead of seeking reassurance from others, use those moments as an opportunity to reconnect with yourself. Ask yourself, what do I truly want? What steps can I take today to move closer to my goals? By turning inward, you reclaim your power and refocus on what's within your control. Letting go of comparison doesn't mean you can't learn from others. In fact, you can draw inspiration from their journeys without letting it diminish your own. Instead of envying someone else's success, ask yourself what lessons you can take from their experiences. Maybe their dedication inspires you to work harder, or their creativity sparks an idea for your own project. Use their achievements as motivation, not a measure of your worth. The only person you should compare yourself to is the person you were yesterday. Are you growing? Are you learning? Are you making progress toward your goals? These are the questions that matter. By focusing on your own journey and believing in your ability to navigate it, you free yourself from the burden of comparison. You begin to see that success isn't about keeping up with others. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. Feeling lost often comes from a disconnection from ourselves, our values, and the essence of who we truly are. In the fast pace of daily life, it's easy to get caught up in roles, expectations, and responsibilities. You become a professional, a parent, a friend, a caregiver, or a student wearing so many hats that you lose sight of the person underneath. Reconnecting with yourself is not only a way to find clarity, but also a way to rediscover the passions, dreams, and desires that make you feel alive. It's about pausing, reflecting, and reminding yourself of who you are at your core. When was the last time you sat quietly with your thoughts? Not scrolling through your phone, not rushing to meet a deadline, but just being present with yourself. In a world filled with distractions, stillness has become a rarity, but it's in this stillness that you can truly hear your inner voice. That voice might be faint at first, buried under the noise of societal expectations and self-doubt. But with time and patience, it grows louder, guiding you back to the essence of who you are. To reconnect with yourself, start by asking questions that dig beneath the surface and challenge you to reflect. What truly matters to you? What brings you joy? What kind of life do you want to build? These questions may seem simple, but they hold the power to shift your perspective. When you answer them honestly, without worrying about what others might think, you begin to uncover your true priorities and desires. This process often involves rediscovering your passions. Life has a way of steering us away from the things we once loved. Responsibilities take over, and what once brought us excitement and fulfillment can fall to the wayside. But those passions never really disappear. They're still there, waiting for you to give them attention. Whether it's painting, writing, cooking, dancing, or something entirely different, reconnecting with these activities can reignite a sense of purpose and joy. They remind you of the unique spark you bring to the world, a spark that no one else can replicate. Another essential part of reconnecting with yourself is understanding your values. Your values are the guiding principles that shape your decisions, actions, and relationships. When you live in alignment with your values, life feels more meaningful and fulfilling. But when your actions conflict with your values, you may feel lost, unsettled, or out of balance. Take time to identify what's most important to you: honesty, compassion, growth, family, freedom, creativity, or something else entirely. Once you're clear on your values, you can use them as a compass to guide your choices and realign with the person you want to be. Journaling is another powerful tool for self-reconnection. Putting your thoughts on paper can help you process emotions, clarify your goals, and uncover patterns in your behavior. It's a space where you can be completely honest, free from judgment or external influence. Start by writing about how you feel, what's been on your mind, or what you'd like to change in your life. Over time, your journal can become a roadmap of your inner world, helping you understand yourself on a deeper level. Spending time in nature can also help you reconnect with yourself. There's something profoundly grounding about being surrounded by the natural world. The rustling leaves, the sound of waves, or the stillness of a forest can quiet your mind and bring you back to the present moment. In these moments, you're reminded of the simplicity and beauty of life. Nature has a way of stripping away the unnecessary, allowing you to see what truly matters. Reconnecting with yourself also means paying attention to your body and mind. How often do you stop to check in with how you're feeling physically and emotionally? Your body carries so much wisdom, but it's easy to ignore its signals when you're caught up in the busyness of life. Take time to practice mindfulness, whether through meditation, yoga, or simply sitting in silence. Tune into your breath, your sensations, and your emotions. These practices can help you build a stronger connection with yourself, fostering a sense of inner peace and clarity. Sometimes reconnecting with yourself requires letting go of what no longer serves you. This might mean releasing relationships, habits, or beliefs that hold you back. It can be difficult to let go, especially if you've clung to these things for a long time. But by creating space, you allow room for new possibilities and opportunities to come into your life. Letting go is not about erasing the past, but about honoring it while making room for growth. Reconnecting with yourself involves self-compassion. It's easy to be hard on yourself when you feel lost, to criticize your perceived shortcomings or failures. But growth and self-discovery don't come from harsh judgment, they come from kindness and understanding. Treat yourself as you would a friend. Acknowledge your efforts, forgive your mistakes, and celebrate your progress. Reconnection is not about perfection, it's about embracing all parts of yourself, including the messy, imperfect, and vulnerable ones. When you take the time to reconnect with yourself, you begin to see life through a different lens. You realize that feeling lost is not an end, but a beginning, a chance to rebuild, rediscover, and reimagine who you are and what you want. This connection becomes your anchor, a source of strength and clarity as you navigate the uncertainties of life. It's not always an easy journey, but it's one worth taking, because the most important relationship you'll ever have is the one you have with yourself. Feeling lost often stems from focusing too much on what you lack, where you fall short, or what hasn't gone right. This mindset traps you in a cycle of negativity, making it difficult to see the potential within yourself or the opportunities around you. To counter this, it's essential to shift your focus from problems to possibilities. Rather than dwelling on what's missing or wrong, concentrate on what you can create, change, or improve. This shift in perspective is empowering as it transforms your mindset from one of helplessness to one of action and hope. Feeling lost often stems from focusing too much on what you lack, where you fall short, or what hasn't gone right. This mindset traps you in a cycle of negativity, making it difficult to see the potential within yourself or the opportunities around you. To counter this, it's essential to shift your focus from problems to possibilities. Rather than dwelling on what's missing or wrong, concentrate on what you can create, change, or improve. This shift in perspective is empowering as it transforms your mindset from one of helplessness to one of action and hope. The first step in shifting your focus to possibilities is recognizing the power of your thoughts. Your mind is a tool, and what you focus on expands. When you constantly think about what's going wrong, your mind seeks evidence to reinforce those thoughts. It's like shining a flashlight in a dark room. If you only point at the corner filled with clutter, that's all you'll see. But if you redirect the light toward an open door or a clear path, your perspective changes entirely. Similarly, when you focus on possibilities, your mind begins to notice opportunities and solutions that were previously hidden. One way to start this shift is by practicing gratitude. It may sound simple, but gratitude has a profound effect on your mindset. When you take time each day to acknowledge the things you're thankful for, you retrain your brain to focus on the positive aspects of your life. This doesn't mean ignoring challenges or pretending everything is perfect. It means choosing to recognize the good amidst the difficulties. Gratitude helps you see that even in tough times, there are blessings and opportunities for growth. Another powerful tool for focusing on possibilities is visualization. Take a moment to close your eyes and imagine the life you want to create. And don't worry about how you'll get there. Just focus on the vision. What does it look like? How does it feel? Visualization helps you clarify your goals and aspirations, making them more tangible and achievable. It also activates your subconscious mind, aligning your thoughts and actions with the future you want to build. When you regularly visualize success, you create a mental blueprint that guides you toward your desired outcomes. Shifting your focus to possibilities also requires letting go of limiting beliefs. These are the stories you tell yourself about what you can or cannot do, often based on past experiences or societal expectations. Limiting beliefs act like chains, keeping you bound to the status quo and preventing you from exploring new opportunities. To break free, you must challenge these beliefs. Ask yourself, is this belief serving me? Is it rooted in fact, or is it simply a fear or assumption? By questioning your limitations, you open the door to new possibilities and allow yourself to dream bigger. It's equally important to take small, actionable steps toward the possibilities you envision. Often, we feel overwhelmed because we focus on the entire journey rather than the next step. But progress doesn't require monumental leaps. It begins with simple, consistent actions. For instance, if you dream of starting a business, you don't need to launch it overnight. Start by researching your industry, developing your skills, or networking with like-minded individuals. Each small step brings you closer to your goal and builds momentum along the way. Surrounding yourself with positivity and inspiration is another way to focus on possibilities. The people you spend time with and the content you consume have a significant impact on your mindset. Seek out relationships that uplift and motivate you. Engage with books, podcasts, or videos that encourage growth and creativity. These influences act as reminders that change is possible and that you're capable of achieving great things. Embracing curiosity can also help you focus on possibilities. When you approach life with curiosity, you become open to learning, exploring, and trying new things. Instead of fearing failure or rejection, you see challenges as opportunities to grow and discover. Curiosity shifts your focus from what if it doesn't work to what if it does. This mindset encourages you to take risks, experiment, and embrace the unknown. It's important to acknowledge that shifting your focus to possibilities doesn't mean ignoring reality or pretending challenges don't exist. It means choosing to approach those challenges with a solution-oriented mindset. When faced with a problem, ask yourself, what can I do to address this? What options are available to me? Who can I turn to for support or advice? By focusing on what you can do rather than what's outside your control, you empower yourself to take meaningful action. Lastly, cultivating self-compassion is essential in this process. As you work to shift your focus, there will be moments of doubt, setbacks, and frustration. That's okay. Growth isn't linear, and you don't have to have everything figured out right away. Be kind to yourself and recognize that every step forward, no matter how small, is a step toward a brighter future. Self-compassion allows you to keep moving, even when progress feels slow. By shifting your focus to possibilities, you begin to see the world not as a place of obstacles, but as a canvas of opportunities. You realize that while you may not control every circumstance, you have the power to choose how you respond and where you direct your energy. This perspective is not only liberating, but also transformative, enabling you to create a life filled with purpose, growth, and endless potential. You said expend sixth key point without any subheading, any conclusion in 700 words. ChatGPT said ChatGPT, the journey from feeling lost to finding purpose requires persistence, patience, and most importantly, action. A common misconception is that clarity comes before action, as if you need to have everything figured out before you can take a step forward. In reality, the opposite is often true. Action creates clarity. When you move, explore, and engage with life, you begin to uncover what resonates with you and what doesn't. You learn more about your strengths, passions, and values through experience, not by waiting for the perfect plan to unfold. Taking action is the bridge that connects uncertainty to understanding. When you feel lost, the sheer weight of indecision can be paralyzing. You may find yourself stuck in a cycle of overthinking, where every potential path seems uncertain, and fear of failure holds you back from taking the first step. But staying still only deepens the sense of being lost. Action breaks this cycle. Even small, seemingly insignificant steps can spark momentum, shifting your energy from stagnation to progress. And remember, it's not about making the right move immediately. It's about moving forward in any direction to create momentum and learn as you go. The key is to focus on progress, not perfection. Many people wait for ideal circumstances or a flawless plan before taking action. But life rarely offers perfect conditions. Instead of waiting for clarity to strike like lightning, take the smallest step you can manage. If you're unsure about your career, start by exploring different industries or taking an online course. If you're struggling with your personal life, reach out to a friend or attend a workshop. These initial steps may not provide immediate answers, but they will lead to new opportunities, perspectives, and experiences that guide you closer to clarity. It's also important to embrace experimentation. Action doesn't have to mean committing to a single path forever. It can mean testing the waters in multiple directions. Experimentation allows you to try different things without fear of failure. Think of life as a laboratory where each action is an experiment. Some experiments will succeed while others might not, but every outcome provides valuable information. For example, if you're unsure about a hobby or passion, give it a trial period. Dedicate a few weeks or months to exploring it wholeheartedly, then evaluate how it feels. Each experiment brings you closer to understanding what aligns with your authentic self. One of the most powerful aspects of taking action is how it builds confidence. Confidence doesn't come from thinking about what you want to do, it comes from doing it. Each step, no matter how small, reinforces your belief in your ability to create change. You begin to see yourself as someone capable of navigating uncertainty and overcoming challenges. This self-assurance becomes a foundation for future growth, encouraging you to take bigger risks and pursue bolder dreams. Confidence is not a prerequisite for action, it is a result of it. Action also creates opportunities that would otherwise remain hidden. Many times doors open only when you approach them. If you wait for life to hand you the perfect opportunity, you might wait forever. But when you take initiative, whether by reaching out to someone, applying for a new job, or starting a new project, you create possibilities that didn't exist before. Action signals to the world that you're ready for change, and it often responds by presenting unexpected chances for growth and discovery. Another crucial benefit of action is how it helps you overcome fear. Fear thrives in inaction. When you avoid taking steps forward, your fears grow larger and more intimidating in mind. But when you face them head on, they often shrink in comparison to the courage you muster. For instance, if you fear public speaking, the thought of giving a speech may seem overwhelming. But by taking small steps, such as speaking in front of a mirror, practicing with a friend, or addressing a small group, you gradually build the skills and confidence to tackle larger challenges. Action helps you prove to yourself that fear is not an insurmountable barrier. Accountability can also play a vital role in taking action. Sharing your goals or intentions with someone you trust creates a sense of responsibility to follow through. Whether it's a mentor, friend, or accountability partner, having someone to check in with can keep you motivated and focused. They can provide encouragement, feedback, and perspective when you face setbacks, reminding you that progress is a journey, not a straight line. It's worth noting that action doesn't always lead to immediate results, and that's okay. The purpose of taking action isn't to guarantee success with every step, but to create a pattern of movement that eventually leads to growth. There will be missteps, obstacles, and moments of doubt. But each experience, whether it feels like a victory or a setback, contributes to your overall progress. You learn resilience, adaptability, and the value of persistence along the way. Finally, taking action cultivates a sense of agency over your life. When you're lost, it's easy to feel like life is happening to you, as if you're a passive participant in your own story. But every action you take, no matter how small, is a declaration of your power to shape your path. It's a reminder that you are not defined by your circumstances or confusion. You are defined by your willingness to move forward, explore possibilities, and create meaning in your life. Taking action is not a single monumental event. It's a series of choices made each day. It's about showing up for yourself, even when the path ahead is unclear. It's about trusting that each step, no matter how uncertain, brings you closer to clarity and purpose. Through action, you transform your sense of being lost into an opportunity to rediscover yourself and create a life of intention, fulfillment, and growth. You said give conclusion in short words. ChatGPT said ChatGPT action is the key to breaking free from feeling lost. Every small step builds confidence, reveals opportunities, and brings clarity. Move forward, embrace growth, and trust that your persistence will lead you to purpose.